Hello, bestie.
And welcome to So Rude.
Today I'm here with Diongo Yorkie, the most Diongo out of them all.
Wow. And I'm here with Sebb Margo.
Hello, Tiz.
Who
How
is
y'all
about
doing?
to take the substance. Dun, dun, dun.
I brought a substance for you. Cheers.
Got little fluffies all over my microphone today.
Cheers to our substance.
Thank you.
Of the day.
Thank you. Oh, cheers. I asked for water,
Thank-
but looks like Set Design got me a coffee instead. I live.
Try
It's
it.
the
It has to be a little
substance. For this episode, you need a little
substance. honey. Guess what's in it?
Ice cream?
No.
Banana.
No.
Lollipops.
We don't have bananas.
Yeah, we have the banana smoothie lollipops.
Oh, no. I put
That you dumped one
honey.
of those in it.
I put honey while the milk was frothing. So it's like honey milk.
Ooh, I can taste.
Lots
Is
of.
that why? Oh,
Oh
not
my
Mistress.
god. We dropped Mistress Isabel.
Mistress is wigless.
Oh my god.
Mistress is wigless. Oh no. Oh.
Sorry, y'all. There's
Can you
technical
move your
difficulties.
drink a tiny bit forward?
Yeah, these are really big for this table.
Well, it's fine when Mistress isn't taking up the whole table, but she's here for October because it's October 1st.
October 2nd.
October 2nd. Y'all, happy spoopy month. We have
Happy
officially
fall.
arrived. Happy fall. And Mistress is back. She's a little teased.
Are you feeling
For the occasion.
Are you feeling the fallness, Halloweenness of them all?
If you want to see what we're talking about with our baby Mistress, go over to patreon.com/Sebastian, which is where you can get all video and audio episodes of the seasons 1, 2. Now we're on 5. And please give us 5 stars wherever you listen to podcasts because it really does help us out, besties. I am freaking beyond ready for fall. My favorite part about fall, and this is going to sound super cheesy, is watching your reaction to the leaves change.
Oh.
Because every year, no matter how long Seb's been in Canada or like, you know, a place where the leaves change and fall, you are adorable and you get so excited. And I'm like about that with nature like every day. So to see you have that experience is nice.
Because
usually when I'm
get
like
excited,
lolly-daddling in the forest, like, wow, you're like, okay, Dion, can we go like read a book? Or I mean like go on our laptop, not read a book. She's illiterate. Functionally.
I do read books, Dion. I actually read more books than you probably.
More hooks. Seb has more hooks.
You've been
Post-Bush.
reading that Spanish book for years. Meanwhile, I've been
Spanish
reading
book?
7
The textbook?
books. Yeah.
No, here's what happened with that. I finished half and then it got so like worn down, it ripped in half. So the half that I need to finish of that Spanish textbook is lost to the wind, and it makes me so sad
Exactly.
because I need to buy it again now for $35.
Because today is the anniversary of our bachelor trip, and I was doing a little thing on our.
It's crazy.
I was doing a little thing on our Snapchat, posting like the day 1 of our bachelor trip, and there's a video of you with that Spanish book getting on this bus. You're like, "Hi y'all!" I'm like, so cute.
That's so cute.
So yeah,
Yeah, I remember I had it on in the plane and y'all taking tequila shots and everyone's like, why is Dion studying in his bachelor trip? Like, what did y'all do with Dion? And I'm just over here like, changed woman, entering sobriety.
entering a marriage.
Yeah, because
Oh my God,
the 6
what's my
months before
brain?
the wedding, I was like having the least amount of alcohol as possible just to prove to myself like where I wanted to go in my life and like entering our marriage and stuff. And here we are a year almost in 5 days for how long we've been married. Our anniversary is in 5 days. And yeah, it's really cool because now like it's very easy for me to say no to alcohol at parties and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like
growth
throughout that whole year, because like we did reduce our alcohol intake a lot.
Yeah, like, even at the wedding, like
so well, not me, because nobody told me about this little trick of taking water shots.
Okay, like yes, we both consumed alcohol at the wedding. Yes, you consumed a lot more than me, but I still feel we like would have gone a lot more intense if we weren't actively trying to like go towards a more sober lifestyle.
True.
You know?
And also,
like I feel like at parties
like,
now we're much more sensible.
True. And also, like, I did drink a lot at the wedding, but because like I love a good party, and like honestly, we threw a big ass party, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna let everyone get drunk
Right.
without me.
No.
So like it was actively wanting to, not because I was like, oh, I'll just like.
Of course you wanted to. It's your wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
Like for me, it was the same thing. Like when people gave me a drink, I wasn't saying no. It was my fucking wedding day.
Exactly.
But I was also patting back the water because I have this thing where you don't. Like when I drink, if I take a little bit too much, I don't remember anything, and I was not gonna have that happen on our special day.
True.
So for me, it was more about that, like going out, and even if I have like one drink now, I never like forget things, and that's
good.
It's really cute.
Yeah, blacking out is not normal. I know the pandemic probably normalized blacking out for all of us, but it's not that normal.
For me, it was like before, probably around like the years I met you. When I partied, I blacked out every time, and I thought that was like the goal. I thought that was like the norm. Everyone did this, and the older I got, the more I realized like people were like, "What, you black out all the time?" And I'm like, "Do I have a problem?
Well,
is drinking the whole vodka bottle weird?"
You did used to go really hard when we first started dating.
Yeah. So, but it is like it's a really nice feeling now to remember more because it makes me more like grounded and grateful in life and in the moment. And I think that also helps me with like my anxieties with like social anxiety and like relationship building, being engaged with people. Whereas in the past, I was very much just like muted on that because I don't think I remembered half of my social interactions. True. So I couldn't really learn from them.
Because you were like anxious, and then also like
gay anxiety.
I feel like and it's also like not being present. Like if you're not present, you're just like overdoing it and everything, and then you're like, oh, what happened?
Exactly.
But now I feel like we're like when Lord says having 2 drinks and leaving.
Period. That's us.
Is that what you were gonna?
I'm screaming that you brought up Lord, and we might as well get into it because Lord 4.
Oh, wait, what? Wait. Before you get into it, we got kind of sidetracked. We do love
as we do
when the leaves change in fall.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Every time it happens, I'm like, oh my god, that's so cute. Because in Mexico, that never happened.
Right. Well, I think it's kind of like the seasons of our life, you know, like as we age, we get gray hair, and I think you need to find beauty in that.
You get gray hair.
Right. What? Oh,
you get gray hair.
Oh, and what do you get?
The substance.
The silver stallions. No, but it's very much, I'm circling to that, which we'll get into, the substance, but it's like, it's that cycle of life that I feel like you must learn to appreciate.
Yeah.
Because some people see fall as like, oh no, winter's coming.
I know, which
but
is
then
like,
Vicky,
I don't
our
get
friend,
it.
says the other day, shout out to Vicky, she'll be on the pod soon again, hopefully. She was like, you really do need to embrace winter, or embrace each season of your life as well, for what it is and what it can bring you. Healing, like rebirth, growth, whatever. Because
that's what I always say too. It's like, what's the point of being like, oh no, here comes winter again? Like, we know like it's not the most fun, but you can still make like the most out of it. Because like,
I'm excited for this winter because now like I brought myself to this point of knowing how to produce and everything. So this winter is like, oh, let's see how much music I can create. Oh, because I've already started producing a little track for Sebb that I know it's gonna just like, it's gonna get finished quick.
I'm excited
because like I've taught myself so much, but because like we are there. Like I've been hearing this hook in my head constant.
I know, right?
Which is
it's
a good
catchy.
sign.
It's stuck in my head too. And also I feel like, because when you started doing your album, like you were just learning, but now like it's not your first rodeo. Like,
no, baby,
you're a professional at it.
Because the first time around, it was like letting the music flow because I didn't know much going in, so it was like, what's gonna happen, right? But now going in, it's very exciting because I'm like, well, we can start with this chord, we can do this bass. Like I know the language, I know the ideas, whereas before I was just pretending to know, and that's fucking cool because it's like I had this like vision in the shower today that like I'm gonna have your EP and my album, besides like the final touches, done by like the end of this year. So it's like that gives us like 3 months next year before summer even starts to roll around, where we can really be like, what do we want to do with this? Because y'all, we want to tour and meet y'all. So very exciting. New growths, new eras, rebirths, and all, as we're discussing. And if you think my voice sounds a little weird today, it's because I have been a little under the weather. So don't mind that. And if I blow out a tissue or two, don't mind that.
Mind your business.
But anyway.
But yeah, before we get started, shout out to the Patreon besties. We love y'all so much.
I just want to give a big I want to give a big hug over on Patreon.
A big hug?
Yeah, I'm just sending all the love to our demonetized besties.
Love you,
Ooh,
besties.
and of course, our rainbow clown besties.
Oh,
And finally, our
love you,
Sebastian
besties.
collector, Manny.
Manny, you're an icon.
If you want to check out all the options, tiers, badges to get Polaroids sent to you monthly, etc., that's all on Patreon.
And what should be our next mukbang?
Okay, we've
I
been
think
doing
it's
weekly.
time. So yeah, today
This
we'll
one,
figure
I
out
want a
some-
health talks mukbang.
Oh,
So something like, like a tom yum soup.
okay.
Something's going to whip me up in shape.
Oh, we should do Indian food.
Because, yeah, the
I
sinuses.
love Indian food. Okay, so what were you? Wait, Lord 4?
Thank you. I knew we were circling to something.
What do you mean Lord 4? Is
Okay.
Lord coming out with an album
So
soon?
let me give you some context. Picture this. Lord posts a photo on Instagram with a bruise on her eye. Did you see it?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
and then everyone was like, I guess they didn't working out at
Well-
the remix.
Okay. I didn't see that. I saw people going, like, obviously when people think about like trigger for like essay here, which going to discuss for the next 5 seconds, like that is kind of like what people are like, oh my God, like what is going, like obviously when you see a bruise, people get concerned.
Because also there was this random, well, like there's a lot of random guys in New York that punch women in their faces. Have you seen that on TikTok?
Like for a video trend?
No, like
What
there's
the
just like
fuck?
girls would like post a TikTok and be like, bitch, I was just walking downtown and then a guy punched me in the face, and they have like a huge huge
Okay, believe
thing.
it. Believe it, yeah, because Saphira Crystal was talking about how there's some places where, yeah, people, like, they don't have time to, like, yell at you if they're annoyed, so instead they'll just throw a punch and then walk away.
No, but they just punch women. It's so scary.
Well, that's disgusting, illegal, scary, misogynistic, and we could go on.
But I think they were found a guy.
You what?
I think they were finding the guy, the police.
I'm glad. That's really fucked
But
up.
that was not what happened with Lord.
Did you get punched? Or were you one of...
No, that's just my...
Were you
my,
one of the victims?
My cheekbones are just naturally prominent.
Oh, okay.
I
yeah.
wish you could
'Cause
relate.
sometimes I see Seb, and then sometimes I see Sydney Sweeney. So I get
Oh,
confused.
I know. I get that a lot.
Yeah.
And especially my
It's trippy.
birthday, when I dressed up as Sydney Sweeney, everyone was like asking for photos as well. And I was like, girl, it's me. It's not Sydney.
Signatures? Did you sign posters? Like, come on, man. Immaculate. People love your shit.
I know, they do.
Anyway, so with Lord 4, the bruise. And obviously people are like, well, Lord's not just going to post a bruise being like, if there's no reason. I don't know the reason. We're yet to figure out why she has a bruise on her face. Maybe she just said, I have a bruise on my face today and I want to post a selfie, because the main focal point, which maybe, yeah, the bruise has something to do with the album, I don't know. But the main focal point is the caption.
What's the caption?
So the caption has 4 L's, like different L's. Like, one of them doesn't even look like an L because it's from like the emoji keyboard of God knows where. And then DYHTS, which is that like, do you hate Taylor Swift? Is that like, do you have the sus homies? Like, what is it?
Don't you hate
Don't you hate the storyline?
storyline?
Like, who knows?
Oh, do you have the substance?
Do you have the substance?
She's asking for the
Wait,
substance.
it's all promo for the movie. Okay,
oh my
now it's
God,
making
Lord.
sense.
We see you, girl.
We see you. So Lord 4, I'm excited.
I
Bring her to
think-
light.
I
baby.
wonder what it could be. Like, maybe it's like there's a music video and she like fights herself and gives herself a black eye. And then it has to do with, like, the title of the single is something with DYHTS.
Do you hate the self?
Don't you
hate
the symptom?
Don't you hate the symptom?
Don't you hate the...
Oh my God, I'm so excited to know what it means.
Don't you hate the saboteur?
Oh, that'd be good.
And she is her own saboteur.
Don't you hate
so
the
she's
saboteur?
she's fighting herself.
I can see it. Like, oh my, like, what are we even waiting for? Don't you hate the saboteur?
And then RuPaul walks in and
saboteur.
says, "Your inner saboteur."
I'm so excited. I love Mother Ru. Period.
I know.
So that's it,
So-
really. All the hot goss I have on, Lord.
I'm
But,
ready for the
with L's,
album.
I'm going to touch on a one sentence point I have, because I literally have 0 things to say about it, but I want to talk about it. Lord, Lady Gaga, Joker,
Oh.
Harley Quinn, flop.
What?
Flop in my opinion.
No, yeah. Like,
In my opinion, I'm not going to see the movie in theaters.
Me neither. Like, well, I think
And I have I have a so rude pissed off moment. Carry on.
We did go see Joker 1, and I always said it was overhyped.
Even at the end we were like, we're not like when's 2.
No, like I was like, why did you guys make it with this guy and not Jared Leto?
Also, just the pacing is not our
thing. And it's like everyone hated on Madam Web. But Joker is worse than Madam Web.
Girl, our little TikTok, we follow our So Rude Instagram now, but our little reel about the Madam Web bit got like no views. And I'm like, no one is on Team Sebb or the Madam Web.
They're like, ignore.
They're like, can you guys talk about fags again? Thank you.
No, like, I feel like Joker 2 was not needed. And also, apparently, people were saying it's like less than 25 minutes Lady Gaga is in it.
Okay, I knew that was going to be the case because remember when they were like, we caught Gaga filming and it was like one moment in New York and then they never caught any more. So I was like, she's not in a lot of the movie.
No, but apparently a lot of the scenes that they show in the trailer didn't even make the final cut.
Okay, see, that's interesting to me because that's why I didn't want to see it because I thought I had already basically seen all everything of Gaga's moments. But because that trailer wasn't like... It wasn't like a cutesy little, let's put the trailer out a month before. I feel like that trailer has been in the movie theater forever.
I'm like,
even the movie is out now. We go to see The Substance last night, and guess what's the trailer?
The Joker.
Bitch, it's out.
I'm like, this is a joke. No, but also, so like people were saying like maybe like something happened because like I feel like there used to be like a
a director's cut.
Yeah, there was like a good cut, like a Lady Gaga cut, and then something happened, and then they cut her out from most of the movie because like they say that it doesn't even make sense, like the title of the movie, because it says like it's like Julia Fu or something like that. Like
what? I thought it was called The Joker 2 or Joker Harley Quinn. Like
Joker 2, and then it's like a French saying.
Okay.
That is like double something or something like that. Like Two Fools or something like that. But it's like it doesn't even make sense because the whole movie is more just about the Joker and just a tiny bit about Harley Quinn. So everyone was expecting it to be like a duo.
It should have been a double act, like both of them on the screen all the time.
But no.
Because if they made it like fuck shit up, that's what it should have been. Like the camp fun of Joker and Harley Quinn was when they get together, it's chaos.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. I haven't seen the movie, but I don't know. I don't think they captured that essence.
And correct me if I'm
exactly
wrong.
The way I was hoping.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but in the first Joker wasn't even camp at all.
Which one? There's been so many.
Like the first Joker with this guy.
Right. Has Jack Nicholson been the Joker? Yes. No?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Like the last two Jokers were the guy that died, Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger, of course.
Jared Leto, which I feel like is the best Joker, but everyone always...
you're not talking about the older Jokers.
No, I've
you
never
don't know
seen
those?
the older Jokers.
Oh, keep going because we're gonna figure it out because I think I got it right.
I'm 21.
Well, they're still like classics.
Anyway, so remember we watched the Joker last time, like the first part of this Joker.
Yeah.
It was not camp. It took like hours to get to the point.
I was right. The classic penguin. You remember the old one with the classic penguin, like with the walker, like it looked like a little umbrella.
He gets pegged.
It's Jack Nicholson. I was right. You've never seen that one?
I don't think I've seen it. Is it black and white?
Have you seen the one with Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey is Batman?
No, he's the Joker. No, pause.
How
wrong.
many
He's
Jokers
the Riddler.
do you know?
He's the Riddler.
He's
not the Joker. But you've never seen that one. We're watching it.
Is it black and white?
This is wild. Please tell me you've seen the one with the guy, the Two-Face, and half his face is burned, and
That's Batman.
Yeah, girl. What do you think Joker is?
Yeah.
It's the Batman universe.
But that's not a Joker. That's Scarface.
Jared Leto, Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, Cesar Romero, Joaquin Phoenix, Cameron Monaghan was the Joker? Oh, in the TV show.
Yeah, in the TV show.
I was like, how and
Joaquin
when?
Phoenix is this new Joker.
And what about Barry Keoghan? It says he's been the Joker.
He's been the Joker in my dreams.
Yeah, I'm like, we'll see that one. Oh, the newest and least recognizable Joker, perhaps because he only plays a character for one scene.
Where?
in the finished film. It doesn't say what film. What?
Oh,
Barry
maybe-
Kerrigan, the Batman. It feels incredibly unfair. Maybe it was the new one with Rob Patterson.
Oh, we walked out of that one. It was so
Barry
bad.
was in that.
Now I wish we didn't walk out.
Bitch, I'm
well,
shocked.
because who makes Robert Pattinson Batman? Let's be honest.
No, exactly. Okay, where were we?
Anyway, so the first movie that we watched with Joaquin Phoenix as a Joker, it took so long for him to become the Joker. I feel like the whole movie was like just like a trailer of him just being like, oh, ha ha ha, I'm gonna kill everyone, and never actually gave us any Joker vibes.
Thank you. Like, I hate Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
Right?
And for me, it's just the slay of the first movie was that dance he did on the stairs.
And
because
that was it.
It was it.
That was it.
That was what the straights were gagged over.
Yeah, the straights.
He did a dance on the
straights
stairs.
were all like, oh yeah. I'm like, girl, he's not that good. And I always have this conversation with everyone, all of our friends. I'm like, no, Jared Leto was the best Joker. And they're like, no, he was horrible. I'm like,
we all know who would be the best Joker.
So I feel like Jared Leto was really good. Also, because like he had the body.
But why again? They gave him 5 minutes of screen time.
Right.
The body. Why we didn't see it?
Because apparently there was like a Joker cut of Suicide Squad.
Yeah, and they said they were going to release it.
But then
Never happened.
Yeah, they should release it. I actually really liked Suicide Squad because also everyone's like, I hate it. It's like, girl, just like open your brain a little. Like, open your mind. Like,
I was ready for
it's not
part
that
two. Yeah, to me it gave
there was a
these-
Suicide Squad part 2.
Oh, I didn't watch. We did watch it.
Yeah, it was
but
good.
it wasn't as good as
Well,
the first one.
Well, because I was eating up Harley Quinn.
Oh, in the cage. Dancing.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember. No, both great. But for me, it's giving like those sort of movies mixed with like a little Power Rangers, a little camp.
Yeah.
Like I liked it because it was fun. It was cutesy.
Yeah.
They didn't take it themselves too seriously.
And it's like, and it's like when it's like movies like that, it's like
Adam Webb.
I like how there's like color, like campness, like it
Yes.
doesn't look real. Like Birds of Prey was so good, but then
Birds of Prey
the
was fucking
Joker and Batman, the new recent ones, I'm like, girl, what is going on? I'm not here to watch a real life story about, because it just feels like a drama.
Mm. Did Bop get a number 2?
Bop,
Birds of Prey.
Bop's a drag queen.
Did Bop the drag queen get part 2?
Birds of Prey, I don't think so, but like that one was so good too.
It was like really. I think that one deserved a part 2 more than Suicide Squad.
More than Joker,
Like, say it, Seb.
for sure.
Say Birds of Prey didn't deserve it over Suicide
No,
Squad.
Birds. No, yeah, I would love to see a Birds
Thank
of
you.
Prey too.
That full female cast slayed. My
Yeah, so I think we should stop giving men
rights.
rights.
To think that their opinion is the only thing that matters.
Yeah, I believe.
For instance,
I believe in men's rights. Men's rights to shut the fuck up.
I believe in men's rice, meaning eat the rice, shut the fuck up.
No, yeah. So Joker 2 flop.
Flop and top flop. Another flop who wishes they were a top but is only giving sad small man energy is the crooked silver fox who tried coming for Taylor Swift by pathetically purchasing one of her signed guitars and smashing
I
it.
heard about that.
Did you see the video?
Yeah, and
Okay.
he's like with a little hammer. He's like,
Girl, it's just like small man
syndrome.
ish.
Like, first of
It's
all,
going down. It's tragic.
so like there's like Trump supporter
Ugh.
donates $4,000.
Why waste your, like, you just are so desperate for attention, validation, and your misogyny. It's so gross.
No, he didn't donate. He bids $4,000 to get this signed guitar by Taylor Swift just to smash it. First of all, it wasn't even signed. Somebody just
In my fantasy, it's donating to somewhere good.
yeah, I think it was like, I don't know, I think it was for a charity or something.
Slay. It's gonna be a trans,
But
like, you know, icon charity. I'm manifesting.
But like, cause it wasn't even signed by her. Like, someone just cut a signature from their signed Midnight's vinyl
Stop.
and glued it to the guitar.
Paper mache.
Yeah, and then they were thinking that it was actually signed, and he paid $4,000 for that to destroy it. I'm like, girl, first of all, Like,
That's
I don't get how people think that makes
crazy.
sense when they're like, I'm gonna destroy all my blah blah blah. It's like, you still paid for it, and you're just destroying what you paid for.
$4,000 for what? Like literally for what? It's
To look like a
to
clown.
analyze that behavior is so perplexing to me. Like that happened. Like you woke up, you went to this auction, you took $4,000 out of your account to do that.
Again, I think men have too many rights.
Bitch.
Like, who gave him a right to have a bank account? Like, I can imagine his wife is probably like, girl, we could have used those $4,000 for something good.
For fucking anything.
For to pay our loans or something, our mortgage maybe.
And look at this. Speaking of Bop the drag queen and the donations, I'm hoping it goes to the Drag Race Girl charity, because like every year the Drag Race girls will get together and donate to like some awesome charities
that's cute.
through an auction. So if you all want to go to an auction, don't go to the one with the small man syndrome.
No.
Go to this one. Look at this stuff. It's so funny. So they have all these like things you can get from the queens if you pay, right, for the charities. So look at them. It's so funny. One of them is life coaching with Tammy Brown, and there's like life coaching with
a virtual cooking class with Ginger Minch.
Yes.
I would get that.
Like it's like a little bingo card of like all these interactions and fun things you can get. What else does it say?
Style consultation with Carrie Colby.
Yes, that one is what I was talking about. That's
Oh my
iconic.
God.
Imagine Carrie Colby on FaceTime with you being like,
And she's just like, throw all of it away.
She's
I
like,
love that to the trash.
I think your tones are not what's in your closet. And I just gag. Like, that's so cool.
That's so cool.
Everyone go check out the Drag Race charity auction. I'm sure you will
private tour of
already
Tracy
be doing that.
Cosmetics.
I just thought it was fab.
What
Had
should
to
we
bring that.
auction? We'll auction FaceTime with Mistress Isabel.
Oh my God. Yeah, you can
We just leave our phone. You can go upstairs like, okay, 30 minutes has been up. Thank you. Bye.
Sit in with Mistress and we might say hello if we are in town.
No, but also, so last week we went to Sabrina Carpenter's.
It was wild writing that down to talk about today, because I was like, wait, what?
It's only been a week.
It's only been a week. I thought we had more time in our life. So
because we went. Oh yeah, we went last Wednesday.
It's a week today. That's why it feels a long time ago. But the process of getting there was fucking hilarious. Because you decide. Well, we got in our cutesy outfits first.
Yeah, cutesy outfits made by Dion.
Yes, I have a lot of BTS I'll put on Patreon, and it's just us vibing in our Death Becomes Her moment, which maybe ended up looking like a prolapse.
No, for a second we were worried that it was gonna look like a prolapse.
You said that, not me.
Like,
I was like, it's fab.
No, like, and then I was like, wait, is this too advanced? But then after talking to some friends that we made there, they were like, no, we get it. We see the vision. I'm like, okay, perfect. Thank you.
Because if you get it, you get it. And
if you don't,
you don't. And it's like, we actually slayed it on the creativity.
Yeah.
Like what we're going to do, a prosthetic, like actual like hole through our chest.
They wouldn't let us
it wouldn't have been fashion.
No.
And what we did was serve.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Sabrina's presence, bitch, like, just
insane.
like I keep going back to the videos that we took, because like the little dances that she does for every song, I love. She's like,
the bed one killed me.
All
killed me.
of them and her outfits.
And I love, like you said, when she goes to the top, like she's going up the stage and like playing with everyone at the end, like, oh guys, it's not over.
Yeah. Yeah, she
girl.
was so playful too, like, because I feel like I'm used to, like, Taylor Swift is so serious and she gets in the zone. She's very theatrical.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like when she performs, and then Sabrina was very playful, very like she messes up and she's like, okay, oh well.
Like the bit where they're like sitting in with the couch area, like it's very like something I would want to do with you on stage. And like that felt very like us, because it's just like, how can I connect to people in more ways? Because it is like such a that's what the stage presence is. How can I break this barrier of these people are just watching me on stage? You know what I mean? And the way that she brought it together with a set brought you into the world, and that's what Taylor does as well. More theatrical, but it brings you into the world.
Well, because I feel like Taylor is so such a big stage now that it's like it's such big stadiums that she can't do that many like interactions with fans, because it's like
is difficult.
Yeah, it's because it's like I'm thinking
But-
like the stage is so big in itself.
And I think lulls, right? So like we were in a smaller stadium for Sabrina, right?
It was an arena.
An arena, right? That's the word. So when you have those more intimate moments in an arena, there's less like lulls because everyone, like you said, is in it. So like
Yeah.
no one's getting bored. But Taylor has to captivate that many people for 3 hours. So if she did that with just those people, yeah, the people on the outside are like, girl, what are we doing?
Yeah, because even if she does it like on one side of the stage is so huge that people on the other side would be like, so it's like it's two different productions, but it's
Yeah.
like both of them are so beautiful and gorgeous in like their own way. Like we're so lucky to live in these performers eras, bitch.
Really, we are. Like the power, I'm thinking of how Taylor, like, you know, in a movie theater, people start talking and you're like, shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
That's happening because they're probably drunk or the movie's not captivating enough, right? But Taylor like holds that much of a crowd and people aren't like getting bored and being like doing their drunk chats.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. They're probably so captivated that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm shook.
Like for so long.
For so long.
Wow.
And people try to read her and say that she's not a performer.
Yeah, like girl.
That makes no sense.
Like I feel like we've seen performers, like we've seen a lot of concerts.
Mistress, what do you think?
And like we were saying, like for example, we loved Avril Lavigne's concert, but I feel like she wasn't as passionate anymore.
No, but I think it speaks with
performing.
like the effort. Like you can't be passionate if, I don't know, maybe I can't speak. Maybe she's more of like a rock artist, but the way Sabrina had the
True.
stage, I think it helps. Like if I
it was
was
the
ever on
same-
stage, I don't want it to be just the instrumentation
Yeah,
because I need to do more.
because it was the same place.
Yeah, like it just didn't feel like evolved.
Uh-huh.
And Avril Lavigne is an artist that like she's incredible. The vocals, I'm like, holy fuck.
But yeah, even her
But, like-
props were like they're so rude setup.
Yeah,
which
I'm
is
like-
not bad. We love to see it.
I'm like, so
but
if the label is forcing you to perform still all these years later, why the fuck aren't they giving her the budget?
right, because they should give her their
That's
budget
what-
to like do a whole ass production.
So I in that sense, if it is a label, not like hooking her up after everything she's done, that's kind of fucked.
Mm-hmm. And then I loved in Sabrina like the whole storyline because it's like it starts as getting ready to go out, then going out, then the party, then the hookup.
It was beautiful.
Then the morning after.
It made me think of like a whole concept for my album, like a storyline.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna live. I haven't told you yet,
I'm excited to hear
but
it.
it's cool. Well, I have to like think about it more, but when I thought about it, I was like, oh, very cool. But it's very inspired by that. It's like we love a story, and her story was so playful down to the core. And I think that's like about like the hook of a song. Like the best hooks are when they know what they are and they're not trying to be anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And every minute of her thing was like so meticulously like what it was meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
So like there was not a second where you weren't like invested.
Right. Oh, so good. Which one?
I would like actually highly recommend it. It was probably one of the coolest concerts I've ever
Short
seen.
and sweet tour, not sponsored, but if you guys want to sponsor us, let us know. We'll go again.
What were you saying? Sorry?
What were your top 3 performances?
I can't. It's only been a week. I have to like go back and watch the videos again. But from the top of my head, Bed Cam, obviously.
Oh, Badkin was so good.
And then Juno with you, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I died in Please, Please, Please and Taste. Like I know I was screaming.
Mm-hmm.
People wanted to kill me.
Taste?
I'm sure people around me were like, shut up.
She opened with Taste, and I was not ready because it's like one of my favorites. And it was like I was in shock of seeing her, and I was like, it's Taste! So it went so fast in my eyes.
Yeah. Like that moment we were done. But the video is iconic. Have you seen it?
Not
I'll show
your phone.
you. I think I posted a bit of it on my YouTube Shorts, and it's so cute.
My top 3 were Juno, Espresso.
We knew like that's
Espresso
that's
was
how
coming.
but we knew she was gonna finish with it.
Yeah.
And that's how good we are like naturally at like storytelling, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Because on the way there we literally were like, oh, definitely that's a finisher. Like if she started with that would be like a bad choice.
And it was so cool. Like I just loved how she wrapped it into the story.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh wait, how is she gonna do this espresso? And it's like, I was
Really
like,
cool.
oh wait, it's the morning.
And that was really cute because it's like, how do I? Okay, the immediate you go to is like the summery vibe, like think of like Katy Perry with the sharks on stage. You know what I mean? So subverting that, like that's what she's so good at lyrically. Like it's what is she trying to say for the story, but like in her way. And she's so good at that.
And I feel like it's gonna be like a show-stopping tour. Like I feel like because it's so relatable.
Yeah,
it's like everyone.
Yeah. Keep going.
What?
Yeah. Keep giving compliments. Yes.
It's gonna be a show-stopping tour.
Yes.
Because it's so relatable.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
I'm passionate because people get so rude online and want to be all ooh, but now that we see a female thriving, a woman thriving, let's go over and let's say, ooh, but Christina Aguilera has better vocals. Girl, who asked?
Yeah.
Girl, I'm over it. Over it.
Yeah, but some people were like, she doesn't sing live, and then Sabrina commented being like, I sing 100% live. You can ask the sound engineer. It's
I
like,
know
girl,
she
like,
does. I was front row bitch and I heard it. It was genuine, and the
Yeah.
vocals were cutesy, demure, and incredible.
Oh, just like her whole aura, I loved. I want to get.
What do you
all her
feel about
outfits.
that? Artists singing live.
They should
Is
do
it a must for you?
It's a must. Tink.
It's
like,
a must.
I
I'm
feel
sorry.
like, 'cause
Like with today's technology, like I've learned more, and even when you're singing live, you still have things going through your mic, like reverb and shit. So like, yes, if you're an artist and you can't sing live, like what are you doing?
Because I feel like some people don't understand how it's like they always have backing vocals because it's
That's
like
obviously
the backups.
different. So it's called stems.
Yeah.
And what a stem is like, so when you hear a song, obviously you hear way more vocals than the main melody, but you can't sing 1,000 lines at once.
Because that's what stops it from it sounding like karaoke.
Yeah, dull. We're here for the harmonies. We're here for the work.
Yeah.
The harmonies and the compositions, we're here for it. So that's what you're hearing.
And then
you're hearing the music.
So people get confused and they're like, wait, that's lip syncing, but it's like they can't hear the actual voice. It's like, girl, like they're singing.
They're singing the main melody. And the gag of a concert, which is the best part about it, is that you're hearing those back supports, those back melodies, harmonies. And then when the artist goes for one of those harmonies live, that's when you die.
Yeah, with Don't Blame Me.
Do for the rest of my...
So good.
So what we're gonna not do is like disgrace art.
Yeah, I just love concerts because it's like such like I feel like it's like such a out of the norm for like everyday life. Like it's so cute how like everyone just
escapism.
Yeah, like little
1,000%.
humans just like go and they're like, oh, let's go see this
And
like other human perform live because we like their stories and like their sound, and it's just like people just enjoying art, which I feel like brings it back to the most pure of humanity. Like I feel like ever since the beginning of times, there's been like people gathering to tell stories and like experience art. So like it's like cute how we still do that.
Yeah, like I think that's like what we do every day. Like we try to be grateful that we can tell stories, and we're like, what stories do we want to tell? And as humans, that's so powerful, and I always leave those events so inspired.
Me too.
It's so cool.
I
love you.
You're the best concert bestie.
Some of our best memories. Just like it's electric. Like we get home and we start producing more music, and like it's like some of the melodies just flow out of me and you. The lyrics that you write are so cool.
Thank you, darling.
And it's like, it's really just crazy that art can like go so far if you let it. And that's what, I'm gonna get emotional. No, that's what Sabrina shows. Like, you know,
so good, Sabrina. If you really would love to have you on the podcast.
Yeah, if you find your truest art and then you just hone in on it. I think that's what it's about. And a lot of the drag race queens always talk about this too. It's like drag race is like being on a tour. It's like an incubator for your creativity and teaches you like more about what you want your art to be in like a condensed form. So you see these queens come out as like these unbelievable queens, like whoa, like look what they're doing now. And a lot of that, like on their tours, the drag race queens, they're doing it all themselves, like bringing all the costumes, everything, the makeup, everything. They don't have a team. Like even Plastic Tiara, right? Like she's got people, but like she's doing most of it herself still. So it's like, it's so cool to see like how you can evolve as an artist through these projects.
Because I feel like also at the end of the day, like it's like
so cute.
The drag queens are such perfectionists too, and like they're like, well, like if I can do it, I'm gonna make sure I do it right.
Exactly. And
so it's so inspiring.
Yeah, and it's like at the end of the day, you put your all into something, and then a big thing is creatively. Like sometimes do you ever feel like you don't know how to finish something?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like at some point, especially like, you know, I feel like in our community we feel like we're such perfectionists, and it's like, so put your all into it, and then once you've done that, like let it go into the world and move on, because I think perfectionism can go like too far.
Which I think, I was thinking about it the other day. Do you think a lot of queer people are perfectionists because, or like not perfectionists, but like they're always striving to be like the best at something because of the rejection they had when they were little in certain aspects? So they're like, oh, well, if I'm the best at something in something, then like I will get the recognition. Like I'm like making up for being queer, like in our minds, like because of the trauma.
Maybe, yeah, it's probably different for everyone, right? And like then you hyper focus on your success.
Because I feel like a lot of queer people have like hyper focused things that like they are sometimes really hard on themselves to achieve and be like, okay, I have to be the best. And it's like, I feel like because there's a lot of trauma of like not being accepted.
For sure. I think like it's a part of like finding your better self, like growing. You have to learn how to like love what you do for what it is, instead of being like
chasing and comparing.
Chasing like, oh, I'm gonna like, for example, oh, I'm gonna hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube because that's gonna give me this like success and whatever in life, like, you know, like, no, like you have to like,
it's like the journey.
Find what's real.
It's the journey that's getting you there. So
it's like these little like moments in your head aren't real, like even when they happen. Like I hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, but like that's not like what I am I don't go up to people and be like, hi, I'm Dion and I hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
It's like more like all the videos, all the content, all the stories that you made to get to where you are now and that you're still doing.
Yeah, and you learn like your creativity is what matters, and like your success is about like happiness and like more things than like a substance.
Exactly, which brings us into the substance.
I was like, let's do it, bitch. Okay, so Seb and I are probably getting so deep today because our minds were deep holed last night.
Deep hold. Double
Actually,
hold.
there's no other way to say it.
Yeah, no.
Watch The Substance.
So yeah, we had a little date night to go to the movies.
Girl, going with a water you're gonna need.
We went to see The Substance, which we had seen the trailer before. So we had like an idea of what it was about.
Yeah, the grassroots were there. Seb kind of like gave me the Swift moment, but can I drop a hint before we get started?
Yeah, like explain it.
So I'm just gonna give you a alleged moment of a fading celebrity decides to use a black market drug, a cell replicating substance that temporarily creates a younger, better version of herself. So that's kind of the premise. And the director, do you know who the director was?
Coralie Fargeau.
Hey, good job. You did your
Coralie
research.
Fargeau. Well, I had to look up the director because I was like, I'm in love with this movie.
It's starring Demi Moore, Dennis Quaid,
and Margaret Qualley.
Which I love. Among others. It's such a good movie. So the director made The Sandman, Revenge, and some French ones. So ones I'm not really familiar with. I've seen The Sandman, I think.
So the movie is I saw that it's categorized as a body horror, which I had no idea was a horror. Until people told me it's a horror. And I'm like, oh, it makes sense because I was terrified the whole time.
Literally no clue. When you told me the synopsis going in, I thought, you know that one that we saw recently with Harry Styles and the girl from Midsommar? That vibe.
Like drama like...
Yeah, like future camp. Trying to be quirky, something. I don't know.
Like Uglies.
Yeah. Didn't know what to expect.
It was not like Uglies at all.
Okay, if you don't like horror, don't watch this movie.
And if you don't like blood.
Yeah.
But it's not, honestly, like, because I don't like blood scenes.
It's some of the most fucked up shit I've seen in my entire life.
Scenes, but I was glued. I was seated.
Story enthralling. It was fantastic.
It was so good.
It's in my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Me too.
I will rewatch it. I was analyzing so much.
I know, like every part, like, because even when it starts, like the movie starts with like showing you the life of this like famous woman.
But already right there, like the acting of her in the mirror tells it all. So
but
many
even
layers.
how it starts with showing you her star on the Walk of Fame. And how it's so like shiny and cute.
Incredible.
It's when
Even
they're
the
setting
egg, the contrast with the blue at the very
yeah,
start.
and then like people start walking by it, and they're like, "Oh my God, Margaret Qualley's star! I love her." Oh, blah blah. And then time goes by, and there's like little cracks in the star, and they're like, "Oh, what was she in?" And it's like the cracks are kind of showing like Demi Moore like
Yeah.
aging, like the
And that was the beauty in
wrinkles.
like how it showed time. Like like the directing was insane.
Yeah, the
Cinematography.
cinematography as well.
It was fucked up. Like, cause in the first 30 seconds, you saw like the way they chose color in the scenes too. In the rooms, you know how they were vibrant in the start.
Yeah.
It's like you knew you were entering something like exciting.
A campness. See, this is camp.
Like that's this. When I was watching, I was like, this is exactly what I live for. What's happened? Oh, one sec, y'all. We're just having a moment. Technically speaking,
We're good.
It really, yeah. Like literally, I guarantee y'all, if you're into that kind of vibe, get into it.
So essentially,
where do we go? It took us on a journey.
So Demi
I don't know where to begin.
Moore is seen as like this successful like actress,
And
then
she's aging, and
she
she's
gets
dealing,
fired on her birthday.
Yeah, she's dealing with the toxicities of just society and how women are treated as
In
they
the
age
industry.
in
in
beyond.
life.
Like it has, this movie is layered beyond what I'm saying in ways I can't even explain. Like it's so good.
I feel like it talks about a lot about like the male gaze and how like men treat women not just in the industry but everyday life.
Yes.
And they're like, "Oh, you're aging. Oh, blah blah blah." So she gets fired on her birthday, and like this guy, the producer, is like telling her like, "Oh, you're just like not hot, blah blah blah." But at the same time, he's like eating so sloppily, getting so dirty.
Yeah, the glamorization of like his eating in the way they filmed it.
Yeah,
was
genius. Like you can see
incredible.
this guy is a pig. He has things in his teeth. Everything's
And
messy.
it's just like, yeah, it's perpetuating the personality that you know he has and you see throughout the movie, but like in such a immediate way with imagery.
Yeah,
It's like, fuck, that's so cool. Like you don't hi, I'm your boss and I'm a dick. Like, no, we don't have to say it. We don't have to pull it out on an iPad.
they show
it. Like passion in this movie was insane.
And like the contrast that you see, like while he's like being a pig, and then they show back to Demi Moore, and she's like sitting down all like proper and nice. It's like kind of like that immediately shows like society is like
the expectation.
Men get to be pigs and everything without being judged, but women have to be like nice, cutesy, demure all the time because
when
if
you're
not,
smiling,
they get cut.
it's kind of like Joker had that movie music in it, soundtrack, but it should have been in this one because this one.
We're gonna keep shitting on Joker. No. So
no,
then
but so where?
she gets recommended by this little twink in the hospital to go to get the substance.
Yeah, twink with Botox will probably stay in my mind for a while because that was the only part of the movie I need explained to me more. That like, why was that?
Well, like what made
individual-
him get the substance?
Yeah, backstory. Is it part 2?
I hope, right? A little short of the twink getting the
Has she
substance.
started taking from you yet?
What?
So he tells, like, he gives us a card, and then essentially she calls, and it's like, "Oh, we have a substance that you can take that will bring out the better you." So she goes and gets it.
And let's just talk about. She gets that little card, goes to the alleyway, the little garage door opens halfway.
That's so genius.
But that's it. Like, would you go in? Because for me,
no,
that's it.
Right?
But I
it's-
wouldn't be there because like I'm genuinely, reality, working on loving reality in my life and where it's gonna go. But yeah, like, no, girl. When she crouched under there, I was like, oh, you're so desperate. Like this movie's gonna get wild.
Yeah,
because it's just showing like that like all her value had been placed
on her looks.
on her, and it was her mind had been warped into this from years in the industry, and it wasn't something she could escape. Like she knew it was wrong.
Like she
knew she deserved better.
Yeah, in her
to treat
mind,
herself
in
better.
her mind, she's like, "I'm worthless. I need to I need the better version of myself out now."
Yeah. Like,
so she ignores
those lies that manifest in our heads from how the trauma in life, like it really had just been so deep rooted in her. Like that's what's so upsetting to see, because like this movie perpetuates like so much real shit that could be broken down if like systems were actually acknowledged how they are.
If men shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
And it's like, no, and it's like, it's so beautifully done when it's like, it's this dark alley. She has to crouch down and everything. It's like, because it's like everyone is seeing these red flags.
Yep.
And she still decides to go in. She's still like betraying herself because it's like, this is a dangerous situation, but I don't care because I want this substance. Which also, she doesn't even know what's in the substance.
No. And
she puts it in her body.
It's powerful in that way too, with like being called the substance and showing that story, because like you go in thinking it's going to be about using a drug of some sort, right? Obviously it is, and it's like that, like you just said, it shows such like how powerful the human mind is, the way that it's comparing that she's like compelled to believe these things about herself, like she needs this drug for her vanity, whereas other people are like, you know, compelled to like do things to use drugs because, you know, drugs are addictive, etc. Bad situations. It's just like got so many intense layers that are like really hard to talk about, and this movie did it in such a way.
It's like kind of saying like, what's your substance?
Yeah, like you
like,
have to like look at yourself and
what's
be
my
like,
substance?
Here's what I've been through in my life, and here's maybe you have your vices or your whatever in life or your experiences, and it's like a deep look at humanity.
Because it's like so many things that we don't know what they are, and we still like take them or like put them in our bodies, and it's like,
yeah, you said when we left the theater, you were saying like just base level things.
Yeah, like it's like Botox, filler, and everything. Like we don't know we have no idea what's in these things, and we're still like going and trusting the strangers because they prey on like people's insecurities.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like what the guy from the substance did. Is like he realized she was very insecure, and he's like, "You'd be a good candidate for this," because he sees that she would use it.
And we've seen it in real life. Like it's so messed up. Maybe this inspired the movie. Like something that I think about a lot is like how doctors were prescribing these very addictive drugs that ruin people's lives.
And they're like, because you're a good candidate.
Ooh, it's heavy stuff.
Yeah, that's why it's always good to do your research.
We'll definitely put like a, you know, trigger warning at the beginning of this episode, but it's important to talk about these things, and this movie does it in a way that's art. Like
it's strong, it's harsh, but it's like beautifully done.
We both said at the same time it was beautiful.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
And then like she gets the substance,
holy shit,
and
like,
shit just goes down.
Yeah, if your heart's like palpitating from our deep words about the first 20 seconds of the movie, it gets crazy. Like where do you even begin? So you're gonna see like humans
crawl out of
are we spoiling?
bodies. Well, there's spoiler alerts, but like we're just gonna discuss it.
Yeah, and you can skip forward if you don't want to hear about the
movie.
movie.
Recommend watching it and then come back to the podcast.
Exactly, it's that good. You deserve to do that. Anyway, so crawling out of the bodies was a moment I will never unsee, because like for me it was really cool as a horror fan. We just saw the new Alien, and I reference those yeah, there's things like you see in horror and it's very repetitive, and this felt fresh but also like referential.
Yeah,
oh my god,
like referential, but like I feel like I've never seen a movie talk about body image in this way.
No.
And does it do it so effectively?
The way Demi Moore?
I call her Demi Moore.
Demi Demure really slayed, because the way that she not the bullworms, she bore it all on camera. Like she was authentic, showed her whole body, and it spoke volumes about like how passionate she was about getting the story across. Which
I feel like also they made it what's it called? Like they made it purposeful to show like
it wasn't
her body just like a natural body.
Yeah,
because people would immediately go and be like, oh, maybe I would hide that angle, maybe like change this angle. But no, it's like, why are we thinking like this? Because it's like bodies are just bodies.
It's just bodies,
and they're never gonna look.
We gotta break shit down, people. We're being too toxic with each other.
They're never gonna look like magazine bodies or Instagram bodies. Like everyone has.
No, but even when you say that, it's like that's generally what comes in people's mind is male gaze.
Yeah, it's like,
So what that is, if you don't know, is just the simple idea of like, maybe you think when you see a magazine, oh, it needs to be like someone's like butt from this angle, like Seb just said. Why are you thinking that? Why are you thinking that? And like, why is that the only acceptable form of representing our bodies? Like, think about representing our experience. Like, everything feels better when you're being true to yourself, right? So your representation of yourself in media should also feel true to a certain extent.
But we filter it out so much.
Yeah.
Ouch. Because I was thinking, and it's like so like
it's so rude.
It's so ingrained. It's so rude. It's so ingrained in everyone's minds how like the male gaze has controlled media for so long that you even like watching the movie. I feel like a lot of people think like they go like, oh, and they're like, wait, why am I thinking like this? And you're like, oh wait, because I've been conditioned to think like this way for so long, and you have to like break these things down, which is like I feel like.
And it's nice to do, but it takes time.
Yeah.
Obviously it's difficult, but it's also like nothing worth the climb was easy, baby. And I think this movie shows that in volumes. Like, it's the way it's told the story, and we could do like a part 2 dissecting it further. You feel like you could do a whole episode just dissecting this movie.
Yeah. Like I really like how they made all the male characters were so cartoonesque. So like
the camp there.
So
Dennis Quaid did an incredible job.
Yeah, so obviously
He
disgusting villainy, like just wanting to control women's body, being like, this one has the boobs where they're supposed to be. This one has wrinkles. It's like because they're always trying to dictate women's bodies and looks. Meanwhile, they don't even have a single care about how they look.
Nope. And the hypocrisy.
Yeah. And then when the guy's like, oh, let me show you my board of directors, and they're all
not the board of directors.
They're all white old men. I'm like, that's so true. It's like, why are we all listening to these white old men tell us what beauty is, what creams we have to use, what needs to be like on the movies? It's like,
and that part of the movie was so sinister and delicious. The way that he had this like charm about him, this like arrogance, this disgusting, like, you know, what he was perpetuating, like this toxic masculinity and everything, but like to that level of like greed and power, and the way that he was so exuberant about it. And then you see all the other like, what are they called, CEOs or whatever?
Yeah, like the board of directors.
The board of directors. You see not the board of directors.
The investors.
You see when you see them dancing and mimicking his behavior.
Yeah.
Because they're all just
they're all just echo chamber. It's like repeating.
It was so powerful, and I was like, ooh, this is like delicious to see, like, because it's like reading the truth. Read them, but like in such a way that's like, are we lying?
Yeah, it's like
this is what's real.
An FU to the whole industry and the whole system that we live in.
So go watch it.
And then like
and I love how in that moment she's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
she's like, oh no. Like, she's like, oh, I get why I shouldn't have been stealing days. And I get, like, this is, I think in that moment is like the realization of,
I fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, because the whole like
not only I fucked up, but like this is an inescapable thing. Like, I was reborn beautiful and perfect, and still look what's happened.
Because it's like, it shows you like in the movie, once the better version comes out, the first thing she does after she's back being young and beautiful is she goes back to her old job and goes back to the same routine and system that she was in. So instead of being like, okay, I'm young and beautiful now, maybe I can create something, like start like getting some friends or something, because like to avoid falling into the same trap that she had already fallen into, she just repeats everything again
behind the camera.
And it's because in her mind that's her worth. And in her mind it's like,
and that's incredible how they show that with the billboard constantly there. That was so good.
And it's like, that's what she's like, her worth is her looks. And then even when at the end they're like fighting with each other, and then the Demi Moore is gonna kill Margaret Qualley, and she sees the little note that says, they're all going to love you. She's like, oh no, I can't kill her because she's my better
Like she's the only part people love.
She's the only part that people love, and it's like that's so sad. It's like, no, girl,
So powerful.
stop, and she doesn't kill it because she's like, no, my looks are what they love.
And in that moment when she starts killing her, when she's like, when she brings her back, because she's like, I need her, and then they're both alive. In that moment, it was so powerful because before she sees the thing, seeing that oh wait, my other half was gonna take me out, so I have to take her out, and they go in the defense. There was like such a moment of, as an audience member, I just thought like, wow, like this is just showing how they could in this moment just be like, oh, we can both exist. Like I can love myself for who I am no matter what, and also like, you know, have a part of me that like wants to be loved and wants to be beautiful and whatever, because those things like exist in all of us. It's like, instead of just completely, yeah, like you said, she was so focused on her vanity, her value being in just her beauty. It's wild,
because it's like that's what she's grown up with, and that's what she's lived like society the whole time.
Society gone done fucked us up.
And then there's such a strong sad scene. I was like, this is so sad when Demi is getting ready.
No, that's what we need, a society.
Society. Society. When she's getting ready for the date with this man, she's like, okay, maybe like I shouldn't be alone, like I should start like making connections. So her and her old self gets ready to go on a date with this guy from her high school.
Yeah, like,
and she's like,
it takes you on journeys.
She's getting ready, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah, she looks great. She's like gonna like turn her back life around, and then she takes one look at her better self, and realizes that she doesn't look young and beautiful like her, and she's like, oh fuck, I need to fix my makeup, I need to do this, and she like starts going into this like cycle of like never being good enough in her eyes, just because she has this like transformed like thought of like who she is.
Yeah. And transformed works. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I agree. Like I've been hearing it a lot lately in podcasts and stuff. Like we do just perpetuate like these lies that we tell ourselves. And I think, you know, working towards being the best version of yourself is about finding those like things you've lied to yourself to, whether it's to protect yourself or whatever the case is, and like break them down. Like we say, like, yeah, like if you believe these things too much, like you just create such toxic out views of your own self. Like telling yourself you love yourself sounds so cheesy, but like the more you do it, the more you learn how to love yourself. Like, okay, now I need to like go and play piano. Sounds dramatic, but for me, I'm like, that actually makes me feel really good.
Yeah, it's like not comparing yourself, because I feel like that's where it all starts. Like you're comparing either how you look or like where you're at in life or anything with others, just because you think like they're perfect. But it's like you have to remember, like even if you see it in social media, that's not the whole reality. It's like a curated version. It's
like a magazine,
yeah,
of our life that's constantly changing to be what's hot, what's trendy. And it's like we can learn a lot from it because a lot of it is art as well. But then yeah, like this movie shows like how art is different from what it can like perpetuate, I guess.
And then the whole time I was thinking, well, like throughout like around like the half of the movie, I started thinking like, oh my god, this is so Clara Bow.
Oh my god!
Like
when you said that,
Swift
I was like
song.
sleeping thinking about it. I was like, wow.
Right, because like in the movie, I'm like watching. I'm like, oh my god, this reminds me of the song by Taylor Swift called Clara Bow, which is like
the monster.
Yeah, no, it's like the song starts saying like, you look like Clara Bow, and it's like kind of like a conversation between the industry and young women and how they're like how they're getting compared to the previous successful women, and how they're so much better and brighter and shinier than the older version. And I was like, wow. And then throughout the movie, I was like, well, beauty is the beast that roars down on all fours.
Baby,
and
she
then
roared.
At the end of the movie, she literally ends up becoming a beast, wanting more, demanding more. And I'm like, shit.
So we leave the theater and Sebb goes, I think Taylor wrote the
Clara Bow
based on this. And I was like, it just came out how? And Sebb's like, well, they're friends. She probably saw it early.
Yeah, because Margaret Qualley is married to Jack Antonoff. and Jack Antonoff, Taylor Swift besties.
So that's
they
really
probably
incredible.
had
She,
like a
she probably actually discussed it.
right,
many
like
times.
they probably had like a screening, or like they talked about it, and then she was like, "Shit, bitch, that is so true," because it's like the same message, like "fuck you, industry," for fucking up with women and making them feel like products all the time. And it's like, oh wait, the shinier, newer model is here.
Yeah. And
It's like, no, it's human beings.
yeah, like I said it, like if the movie took another layer and the beast grew out into another self and back into society's ideal of this like perfect, shiny whatever, then it would have been interesting to see if the crowd, they could have also then made the crowd be like, oh, it was all a reveal. Look at her. She's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And just perpetuating that further, that like, y'all really are so like so far gone in this reality, this warped like view of reality, that you could just be like, oh, even like a monster that's gonna kill us all is no problem as long as the beauty is what is there.
And then, because also, yeah, a lot of people were saying that they didn't like the ending because they felt it was like too ridiculous. But I feel like that was the point, because the whole movie is like going up in like bigness and like craziness.
Why would that be?
Because they're like, oh, the monster was just too much. I guess like people are stupid sometimes and don't have like media
too
literacy.
much for what, girl? It's the story,
but
and
yeah,
it was amazing.
It's so good because it like makes it so blunt and clear. The
Period.
message, like it's like the industry is creating monsters.
If you didn't get it, you're not gonna leave the theater today and be like, why did Demi decide to show her butt like that?
Yeah,
like you're gonna understand the assignment because none of you can fucking
yeah. And then it's like so big, and like I love how like when it's like the end scene where it's like all the blood going everywhere.
That was fucking
and then,
great.
Like, all the men's words are just getting repeated back and forth. They're like, her boobs aren't when they're supposed to be. You're too old, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, because, yeah, like everyone just feels like they're entitled to talk about women's bodies all the time and be like, oh, you're blah, blah, blah. You're too fat. You're too thin. You're too tall. You're too short.
So if you're going to make people feel like they're drowning in their skin every day for the benefit of your coin and your greed and whatever other fucking bullshit, then yeah, maybe you should drown in their fucking blood of your creation for a minute. It was a cool artistic way of showing it.
What you created.
Like, girl, read into the story.
And then also, well, we've said a lot of spoiler alerts, but
well, we don't need,
there was kind of like a foreshadowing that she was gonna like that the two better, like the better self and the old self, were gonna like fight each other and get jealous of each other.
Yes,
because it's kind of like if Demi Moore in the beginning is willing to betray her own body by putting this like so random substance into
when
her
she did
body.
When she did it, she put it in like it was a vaccination.
Yeah, it's like,
and then the way that it was powerful, that she was like, at first nothing happened for a second. She's like, oh, whatever, moving on with my life. It's like, you were willing to just go to bed now and be like, what did I just put in me?
Yeah, exactly. And then she does that, and then obviously like when herself gets split up, obviously they're each gonna want to get the most life out of each other, so they're gonna betray each other. Like they know that they need each other to survive, but like one of them is gonna have to want to live more. Like the 7 days is not gonna work. So they end up just destroying herself, because she lets society win. Well, because society took over her.
Yeah, she let it win. Like she could have been like, technically she could have just been like, I'm gonna live my life every other week and be happy with the fact I have to age, and she's gonna respect that. But
or she could
like
have
you
just
said,
not taken the substance.
Well, that would have been ideal. Yes.
So sad.
I think for me, that's it. Like the takeaway that I got was that I started writing a little song about. We'll see what the lyric ends up going. But it was like, live in the moment. And it's like a commentary on how we become. Live in the moment, because I felt like the whole movie was a commentary on how we become with vanity and greed and power. Like different people, like men, women, whatever, like obviously it's more complex than that. Temporary like currencies that bring us no true joy. Like we see like, okay, so if I have an 8-pack, like I'm going to be happy, and then like whatever you prescribe your reasoning for that to be, it's like, what is this? Like in the end, there's no real, it's like what I said with like, for example, 1 million subscribers, like it's just like having like $1 million, you know? It's like, it's this like thing you think you need, but at the end of the day, like if everybody in life was equal and we all had enough money to live happily, we'd all be happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so like I feel like numbers and vanity and power and greed, it's all combined into like, I don't know if it's capitalism or what's caused it, but like definitely it's perpetuated so much online.
Yeah.
And it's like accepted, like it's cheered on. I feel like you see on X with certain people like Elon Musk, maybe
So
it's
toxic.
like it's rewarded.
Cause it's like, yeah, like so many people that we talk to, and they're like, "Oh, Elon Musk is so inspirational. I love him. I want to suck his dick." I'm like, "Girl, shut up."
I'm like, he's that rich and he hasn't like helped everyone who needs help. Like,
But
I'm
it's
confused.
like you said it straight up. What it is like just being present, because we're always wanting more,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like Demi Moore in the movie had everything, like she wanted. She was turning 50. And she had everything she always dreamed for, but she still wanted more.
Mm-hmm.
And she ruined her whole life, and she died because she was never satisfied. And it's like, maybe look inward and be like, okay, what do I want for myself? Not like what's my worth with other people. Like,
no, 100%. Like
how can I get better every day? How can I be present? Like today, what do I want to do?
Because
Because if you're just wondering like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that to get to this part, it's like, no, it's not about getting somewhere.
it's about where you go.
Yeah, because who knows? Maybe tomorrow you get hit by a bus. Happy, healthy, safe. But
you
then,
just gotta roll with the punches.
yeah, your whole life you were just
Be
worried
grateful.
about getting abs or getting Botox on your face or like, who knows, getting a BBL. It's like,
Well, it was really cool how like Plastic Tiara was saying in a little vlog recently, like she started like filming 24/7, like now putting a lot of those on YouTube of her behind the scenes touring with the girls. And it's like, she was saying you really do see how it's like a diary of your life, right? So you can look back and be like, wow, look what I did. And that's the thing that she failed to do in the movie, and the thing that many of us failed to do. Like you just said, like you need to be able to look back. Like I do it with like little like memory things I have of like all the music videos we've made together. I was looking through them the other day, and it's like, that's so grounding, because you're like, wow, like look at everything I do in my life. So when I am in my head in this moment that like, oh, I'm not good enough, I produced an entire album, but like I can't get back in the studio and make another song. Like I like everyone has those things in their head telling them you're not enough or whatever. And it's like, ground yourself in like, the moment of what you can do. Because like this, I don't know who it was, Barbara Walters or some shit popped up on my YouTube and was like, it's crazy to see how much you can do in a day. And like, that's what I was realizing with you the other day with my depression. Is like, once I realized how much I can do in a day, it's like my depression went away.
True.
Because I stopped focusing on the thoughts and the lies I was telling myself, and instead I focus on like the moment of doing something, and that is like really powerful. And I just went on a tangent, but yeah.
So true, bestie. I love you. No, honestly, one of my favorite movies in the world.
Seriously.
Like, I need to rewatch it.
We have to rewatch it with the besties.
Yeah, and also like their acting was so good. The shots,
If y'all watch it, let us know what you think on Patreon.
the colors,
We can do a live chat.
outfits. I need to. Should we be? You can be Demi Moore, and I'll be Margaret Qualley for Halloween.
Okay, thank you, because I was about to say Halloween costumes.
Oh.
And I was about to say we might need to do something from that movie.
Right. I really want to get that little suit.
I'm so happy we found something. Oh my god. Because I might have been like a cop just referencing my queen from Screen Queens.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, I thought to myself, I want something like fresh, and there, like Beetlejuice came out and nothing spoke to me because it's like not fresh. It's an old story. And then this moment, I was like, I hope Seb's down. I don't know how we're gonna do it. So what do you want to do?
You can be the monster
Okay.
if you want. If you want to have like an arm here.
I was thinking it'd be pretty sickening. Yeah, if I had an arm in my back, and I can just like make it, you know. I don't know. I didn't think about the monster.
No, I was kidding.
Because I thought about the monster as a joke as well, but like
oh
not for real.
wait, I forgot to say something I had in my card.
No, but I know what I'll be. I'll be the single boob that falls on
oh my
stage.
god.
I had to bring up
There's
it.
so many things in the movie, y'all. Like
It's so
it just
good.
keeps coming back. I'm like,
But
shit,
I think even
traumatizing.
that's like so powerful.
the
It's so
boob.
powerful.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, when she pukes out the boob, because it's literally like
Because
that's all men
it's,
fixate
yeah,
on. It's like
and it's
boobs.
referencing like so much that women go through with their boobs. Like, let's be real, that medical, like, there's just so much you could get into with like the, you know, like the field of healthcare with women, and like, yeah, it's just like you said, like a part of the female anatomy is boiled down to the stupid male gaze. Like, no,
And it's because it's literally like men are always like, oh, her boobs are too big, her boobs are blah, her boobs, her boobs, her boobs. And then in this movie, like
Yes.
she pukes out a boob,
It's
just like that's like a
genius.
part of skin, and everyone's like, oh, it's like, oh
Ugh.
wait, so you don't like it now because it's not where you want it to be, how you want it to be. And also, it's genius how it looks like a sperm,
it's
because
so
it's kind of like,
good.
ugh,
It's so converted. It's so
never been done before.
I love.
But then also, I wanted to special shout outs
maybe.
to the sexy ass butts that was in that movie.
Oh my god.
Right?
Oh my god. The contrast.
Margaret Qualley starts dating this guy, and then towards the end of the movie, they're like, she's having issues on her own, but then there's like, this guy wakes up and he's like, are you okay?
And she's like,
And she's like, get out! And he's like, what's like, he's knocking outside the bathroom door.
It's
There's
probably
like
like the best comedic relief moment of the
a
movie.
close-up shot of this guy's butt. Gorgeous butt.
Seb was dying.
I was like,
Seb was like, that's the man from where?
I thought it was the guy
Because
from,
I was like, what?
I thought it
I had
was,
no idea what you were
remember
talking
when we watched
Genuinely, I was
Uglies?
like, yeah.
Remember when we watched Uglies, and there was this guy on the Uglies part?
Like a small part?
Yeah, that we were like,
You're
oh my
like, I
God.
remembered he was hot.
That we were like, oh my god, he's not ugly.
Okay, I don't know.
He looked like this guy, so I was like, wait, is that guy?
Who
But
is
I don't
he?
know. I don't know his name. I didn't look him up.
I guarantee
I'm
you
like,
did.
But
Tell
from
me his name. You know.
no,
it.
I don't know his name.
You're lying.
Dude, I swear on my life.
You love to look up people from movies all the time.
I always look up people for movies because I want to
You
see.
telling me you didn't look up Booty Man?
No, I've
Okay.
been to Dion. I left my vanity pass self at the door.
Okay, we love to see that. We do. Anything else?
Um,
Anything else you reflected on from the movie? Like, I kind of touched what I took from it, and it did inspire me in ways that were perplexing. Anything for you?
Yeah, I feel like it inspired me, the whole thing about like being present and thankful for where I'm at today, the second.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like not kind of like not chasing to be like a better self, because I am my better
Little
self.
fruit fly.
It's like, I
Yeah.
think that's what it's telling you. It's like, because the movie says like, oh, you'll get your better self after you put this substance in you, but it's like, bitch, the better self was already in you. And they tell her, it's like, the better self is already you, it's part of you.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can just find your better self inward. You do not need to look a certain way or be a
No.
certain way or like have whatever. No, it's like you already are your better self. So just like look inward.
1,000%. It's, we all have our like, you know, body image and how that is for us, and it's like, do you want to like let that win, or do you want to be like, I'm gonna embrace this moment, so that, because you always end up looking back at your life and being like, wow, like
I was having so much fun.
yeah, like I was so
Like,
happy.
look how happy I look.
Like,
Like, it's like,
that was such a good day.
Uh-huh.
So if you can harness that energy more, then it's just gonna be better for you.
yeah, I feel like stop thinking about, because it's not even like about body positivity, it's just body neutrality. It's just like a body is a body.
No, exactly.
And it's like you're here with the body that
And-
you were given.
and you're at the stage of your life you're in. Like, you can only do tomorrow what you want. Like,
Yeah.
you're listen to that voice in your head telling you to do what you need to do with your day. Get yourself up and go do it, and love yourself, because in that moment, that is all you can do.
and like treat your body right because it's the only body you have.
That part.
So you don't need to go and inject with unknown substances and like
no,
try
loving
to
on
change
yourself.
and alter it. It's like, no, like, bitch, like, embrace who you are. Like,
You can find
treat
like
yourself right.
such incredible ways just to love on yourself, small ways every day. Like, bitch, sometimes I'm just out with Seb at the park and ask this guy. I will just whip off my shoes and my socks,
Yeah, he does.
put my feet in the grass because I read that it's good for you to do so. And you know what? It does feel nice.
Yeah, so it's like, that's the main thing, I think. But I feel like it is such a good movie that everyone needs to see because everyone is either impacted by body
Or
image.
perplexed and confused and need a little bit of de-riddling in their brain. And this
Yeah.
movie will do that.
Yeah, like everyone either has issues with their body image that is like, oh, I don't feel good enough, or have their whole male gaze affecting their brain and they're like, I love boobs in the right place at the right time. And it's like, you need to watch this movie more than anyone, honey. You need a
Yeah.
mind wash.
Yeah, a mind wash. Like, I think if we can get that, which I want to ask what you think of, because it's wild. And
Men to shut the fuck up. I agree.
Menendez brothers. If that movie can be trending or show whatever it is on top 10 on Netflix, with the little
This movie should be trending.
with the issues at hand with that film. Is it a film?
It's a show.
A show. Then yeah, you should probably go watch this one and stop hating on it because it is art.
Well, because I feel
And
like
this one is a story. This one is not controversial, but it is
like it's controversial.
It's
controversial.
controversial.
Yeah, no, it's controversial in the good way. It's like controversial.
Yeah, like hello, Miss Cunt.
Oh, besties, that got extremely rude, extremely fast.
I managed to say everything on my card. That was a nice,
Me
juicy
too.
episode.
I know.
I love
Hope
you.
y'all enjoyed it. Make sure you rate this on all the streaming platforms. Subscribe, follow us.
Yeah, let us know what you want to see. We are posting behind the scenes, like we mentioned, mukbangs and vlogs over on Patreon. My honeymoon vlog number 4 will be out this week. Seb just posted one on his channel.
Vlog number 2 on my channel is up.
Yes.
And I listen Snapchat, to TikTok, Instagram,
Yep.
all of the above.
Yep. We're Seb and Dion on Instagram, and catch the sneaky if that's what you're going for.
Shout out to the demonetized besties.
Because you're so rude.
Love you. Shout out to the Rainbow Clown besties.
Love you.
Always
and
clowning.
our Sebastian Collector Manny.
Love you, man.
We will see you all in the next one.
Bye.